it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life. I've got stuff. I ended up ordering a new ring light because last time I used my ring light, it popped and didn't turn back on, so I was afraid to mess with it. When I unplugged it, the little brick was super hot, so I don't know if it was the ring light or the brick, but I'm tossing everything. Got a new one. It made me too nervous. It got way too hot, and I'm glad like the circuit popped or whatever so that it wouldn't cause problems. I also have a couple of little planner goodness things to talk about. We're swatching. We're gonna open the Advent. We're gonna open the blinds. As much light as we can. Not too bad. It's rainy and overcast. So I went ahead and did that. Let's assemble this ring light real quick and then we can get a little bit extra light in here. So this is just a basic one I got on Amazon. It had good reviews. It's a little bit bigger than my last one too, so that's good. The last one was a little bit tiny. And this seems to be quite the tripod here. It's one of those flip arounds. Oh boy, it's gonna be a big beefer. There we go. There's buttons to adjust it. I really wish it was lower down. Okay, I think I had it adjusted. Unfortunately, it's like shining right in my face. So that's not gonna work. Okay, I adjusted it off the table and I think that might work a little bit better. I can get it close, but it's not like shining down forward at me. So there we go. Adjustments sort of made. I didn't end up needing scissors for this. I thought I might. Okay, first order of business. Got my notebook all filled out. I'm on the last page of this one, so I'm hopping into this one. This is the monthly planner I talked about. It just has notebook pages. I'm going to use these notebook pages for the rest of this month, and I can move into something else if I run out of pages in this one. I'm just going to try to use this one up. So that's one notebook off the shelf, possibly two. Getting those ones used up. I don't actually need them right this minute. I've been taking notes of like things I want to talk about in these videos, so there are some notes in there. Today we're going to talk hobby planner. I brought up a couple of highlighters to potentially make a color coding system with that. So that's on the agenda for today. First, we're going to do Advent and then Inkvent, and I've got to take Cloudlet to the vet, so I will finish this up in two parts today, just trying to get things. I'm very excited about this one. This is day 6, and this is, no, I do need scissors actually. This is the notebook. So my notebook I'm using for my Inkvent / Advent daily, what is it, December daily. The notebook I'm using is from last year's Advent. There was a mini journal and then the larger journal for last year. And I'm using the mini journal. It's still a big, thick journal, but this is a full-size Hobonichi Weeks notebook. And it's super cute. It's gingerbread. I'm super excited about this. Hopefully you guys have not seen me on the glare here. I'm not makeup and wearing glasses. I usually wear contacts, but in the morning I don't put my contacts in sometimes, and that's what today is. Oh, I do have my watch this time. Some mornings I'm like, put my glasses on, still in my pajamas, and that's what's today. So this is 160 page dot grid, 115 GSM cream paper, lay flat binding. Not quite lay flat like right out the gate, clearly. Just fold it down and then it's pretty lay flat. So I love the Hobonichi Weeks regular size notebooks. They got the 2 ribbon bookmarks, the elastic pen loop, the elastic to keep your whole book shut, which I just leave flapped in the back. Also an accordion pocket in the back. And the only thing I would say is some inks take longer to dry on this paper because it is slightly smooth, slightly coaty. So like the click arts and the twin tones will smear on this paper pretty significantly. For some reason they don't hold up to this paper very well, but fountain inks work great on this paper. Of course, fountain inks take a while to dry, but they do end up drying down really nicely on this paper. They're just nice notebooks. I really like, they have cute little printed patterns. So I have a ton of their notebooks and I'm super excited to get a notebook in this Advent. This is one of my favorite things in there. I'm a notebook hoarder, so I love getting a notebook. I need the box. I threw the box on the guest bed. I need to take this off. I'll have to get my spatula tool to add this because I don't have it up here and I can't peel this off myself. Oh, these nailies. Okay, let's swatch book. So this is the mini one from last year's Advent. Did it even say how many pages? No, but it's still pretty nice and thick. It's fluffed up quite a bit. All right, we've got stickers. We've got swatch books. We've got other swatch books. Day 6 for you guys, day 5 for me. So I got to do day 4's journaling. I was double editing last night, so I didn't get quite to the journaling for this. So far, I think the lighting's pretty good with the ring light. I don't know if I could use it when it's completely dark. I probably will have to get another one if I'm gonna try to film at night. But so far, so good. All right, day 6. Let's find 6 on here. It is down here at the bottom. Let's get this opened. Ooh, this one is called Kilonova. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Kilonova is a color inspired by the intense explosion that occurs when 2 neutron stars merge. So, here you go. Purple. I am not seeing any shimmer in there. Very nice. I do love me some purple, so this one will be a good one. Okay, and then we're going to pair it with a DIY, and I'm going to go, ooh, this one's a fun one. So I got sent this sample. I was writing about fountain inks, and somebody on the group offered to send me a few samples, so she sent me this one. This is Private Reserve Ebony Green, and it was in a teeny tiny vial, and I couldn't get to the actual ink, and there's not a whole lot in there anymore. I did do some dip pen swatches and stuff with this. Now I have the little syringes, so I can actually fill up a pen really nicely with this. So it was a very, very sweet gesture and really pretty color. So we've got 2 looking seemingly dark colors. So we will start with the Kilonova. I don't know if it's Kilonova or Kilonova. Oh, my light just, I don't know, went a little bit dimmer, possibly. I hope I'm not going to have the same problem with this one. Let's ink swatch. Very pretty. It is definitely a nice deep looking color. But I don't know, it might dry down more blue. It's definitely coming across very blue. Super bright. This one probably is a shading ink, just based on how deep of a color it's looking like. I would assume that one's a shading ink. See, it is doing something. It definitely dimmed itself a little bit. I don't know if it's pulling too much power or what. I could tell it dimmed itself. I don't know if these plugs are just not it. I put it on a surge protector and it's in a different plug. I don't know what to do. But it definitely seemed like it dimmed. Anyway, let's keep going. This is the Private Reserve Ebony Green, which I'm very excited about. 2 really rich colors today. Private Reserve Ebony Green. And I will dip pen the writing when these dry. So I'm not really filling out my pens since I am a day early. I will be filling out my pens not on camera, I guess. I don't think I filled up pens on camera last year, or a pen, singular pen. I don't think I did that on camera last year. So it's not a big deal. I do love the speed up clips though. Okay. Just wow, super bright. And I'm a little worried this one's gonna bleed in through to the back side, but if it does, it does. Let that dry. Let this one dry. I love, so far, love how that one's looking. It's just like the brightest blue purple. Okay, done with this for now. Let's talk hobby planner. So I need to look at my notes for this because I did write down a YouTuber. I ended up being recommended this video, and it was somebody talking about their hobby planner. And I gotta look on my notes here what her channel name is. So this was a hobby planner for a knitter. So it came up as a knitting planner. You know, I have my gaming planner, and I said I would put hobbies in here potentially, but I totally am now. I was so impressed with how she was tracking her knitting projects. All of hers was knitting related. I don't do knitting, but her channel is called Pearls and Polish, and it's pearls like knitting pearls, P-U-R-L-S. So this was my first video seeing her. She had so much good information in her video. I will link to it down below. Check her out. She does a lot of knitting content, but she occasionally will share her knitting planner as well. And this was just her setting up her 2025 based on how her 2024 went, which I was super impressed. She kept up with it, and I love the way she was tracking like her projects and stuff. She did like highlighter streaks across the monthlies. And like, I haven't even looked at this one to use for anything yet. So here's the monthly. I've got some Squishmallow info in here. I just highlighted it with whatever highlighter I had, but I thought I would keep track of my daily streaks in the games that I play. Right now, I'm not even playing Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing. I just haven't been playing them the last little bit of time. So right now, it's just the Squishmallow game. And I thought I could track. I do like the idea how she had like the highlighter streaks. If she's working on a project for like a week and a half, the week and a half would be highlighted down at the bottom. And she had color codes for different projects because she's just knitting a bunch of stuff. She's a knitting channel and that's her thing. I am not going to be crocheting to that extent, so I don't need to have my projects necessarily labeled separately like that, but I like the idea of keeping track of all of my hobbies. So if I'm playing a certain game, I want to highlight in a certain color. So I'm thinking I'm going to color code my hobbies, and I've got a cute little set of teacher highlighters. They're just like mini highlighters, and they're super cute and like perfect little rainbow colors. These are from Erin Condren. Just super cute, super portable, cute little rainbow colors. So I thought I would use these as my color code, but I don't have my color code worked out yet. So that's me today, like, which color do I want for which thing? Obviously I want like the pinks and the teal and possibly the purples and greens is like my top most used things because I want to see the most of those colors. They're my favorite, but I could use any of these colors. They're all super cute. This one's like a brighter pink versus a light pink. So got lots of good colors in here to choose from. So that's what I thought, is I would make my color code based on these. So I play 3 games and I crochet, and what else do I do? And now what else do I do? I thought I had other things to put in here. I have a plants planner, so plants aren't going to go in here. Reading's not going to go in here. It's just going to be games and hobbies. Oh yes, like paper crafty stuff. So like one of them could be for stamping type of stuff. If I want to like divvy it up, I could have one that's like, if I do a silhouette cameo project, I'm going to highlight it with a certain color. If I do a stamping project, I'll highlight it with a different color. And I feel like that's as good as I need to separate out the two things. So I will grab the bigger notebook. I will put it on a sticky note that will be in there, but it'll probably be like a nice square sticky note, not one that's kind of wonky shaped. Random notebook here. Scissors for my little weight there. This notebook has definitely been closed a long time, so it is not laying flat at all whatsoever. Okay, so we definitely want Squishmallows. We definitely want Animal Crossing. And for now, I'm going to say Stardew Valley. Just knowing I'm not really playing that one as much right now. As in, I haven't played it in at least a few months. I have some goals still in that game. I still need to finish other stuff. I love like the building process, like collecting the animals and feeding them and all that stuff. So that is definitely still on my radar. We have stamping, cameo, crochet. I think that's it as far as now. So that would be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got room for two more spots here where I could, you know, think of other things that could potentially go in here. My plants aren't going to go in here. My reading is not going to go in here. So I've got 2 potential spots left open, which is good because I might adjust. Squish, I'm going to go aqua. Animal Crossing, I'm going to go, ooh, there's like 2 different purples. Do they have names on these colors? Oh no, they do have colors. That one says red, but I don't think it went down as red. It's like a more rosy, yeah, I would call that pink. All sorts of figuring it out. So there's 2 different pinks, 2 different purples, 2 different blues, but one is definitely clearly aqua. It's called Lagoon, which I love. That's the color I want for my squish game. And I'm also holding another pen, so that doesn't help. There's aqua, there's regular blue. I'm going to set this one down because I can't open the pens. I do that as I only have 2 left. So the yellow, which is really pretty. That one's called lemon. And then this one is called lime green. those are the colors we're working with. And I like all of them. I would say these two are very close together, and also the pinks are very close together. So I could do a thing where I just use 6 and then leave off that one and the other pink. I like the red, but it's actually like a darker level pink. Okay, for sure I want the Animal Crossing to be aqua. I do know that one for sure. Very pretty. And then I think I'm gonna go purple and purple for Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, so that way they kind of relate. They're all kind of adjacent. And I probably won't play all 3 games super consistently at the same time. So, oh my gosh, this one was the lilac. See, I just did both streaks and now I don't know which one's which. Okay, lilac for Animal Crossing. So I'll write this on a key so I have it. And then the other purple is named Dusk, which actually both of those fit pretty good. Okay, and then for stamping, pink, which they could be the same color, the red or the pink. I'm just gonna say pink. Cameo and crocheting, they'll be intermittent. I'm going to go green for crochet, yellow for cameo. And then I can still squeeze these 2 in if I need to. So that's gonna be lemon and lime. So there's my color code. I'm going to work on playing around with this, tweaking it here and there. So far, of all these things, I have done stamping one day, and I've done squish the other days. I don't think I've used cameo. I have crocheted. I was actually crocheting yesterday. So my thought for this is I'll just have the lines going across the page. And I can use my ruler. I do have a ruler. So I can use my ruler to keep it a little bit straight. These are a little bit thicker than these grid spaces, so they may overlap just slightly, which is fine. I may end up mixing these all together and pulling out thinner highlighters, because I do have like a set of Erin Condren's, quite a few actually, Erin Condren dual-sided that have highlighters, so I could end up using those. So let's do this. So I know I played Animal Crossing every day. I still have my daily streak. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the first week, and this is into November, this first week. We should light it up and highlight and see how it goes. And this is going to be the experimental month, and I will hash this out and decide, first of all, decide if I like doing this or if I want to give up. And this is not doing the lay flat because I do have this vinyl on it, which is kind of thick. So that's the reason for the non-lay flat of this one. Normally speaking, these Sterling inks lay perfectly flat, but not in this case because I covered it with vinyl, and I'll wrap it in a plastic cover as well. I will not let, oops, see, already fail. I'm trying to like make it look good and I barely put the highlighter down on the strip. Okay, and then I will go ahead and highlight these 3 days. So I'm going to do these like in chunks of time so that they, you know, look nice and pretty, which I can track on the weekly pages other months because the weekly pages will be in existence, but I don't have weekly pages for December. Okay, so that would be Animal Crossing. I can always like write in the info as well. So her projects were highlighted in different colors, but she would still put some codes here and there on the page, which I can also do if I change up things. I can put the codes in the sidebar. That would be easy to do. So I'll not highlight this one until Sunday. This was Monday through Wednesday, which is done. And when did I crochet? I crocheted Wednesday. So crochet, I'm looking at my list. It's the green. It's gonna be this one. And then this is where I can just like on the weekly page write down what I'm actually crocheting or working on. Right now it's just a floral granny square thing. I've been working on this a little bit on and off. They fit in the squares decently. So there's what it looks like so far. I don't think I did any of these other things except stamping one day. And of course, like I don't have all my hobby stuff written down. So I'm trying to think what day I set up things. I set up my Inkvent with some stamping. That was one of these days. I'll have to like think back. I'm pretty sure I took pictures of things. So I can like check my notes and stuff, check phone pictures and things. I'm sure I took some pictures of something somewhere, somehow, and talked about it somewhere. So it was definitely like one of these days. I could always just kind of fudge it and put it in since I wasn't keeping track at that point. And now I'm keeping track. I just loved the way hers looked with like 3 or 4 colors overlapping. It just looked so pretty. And so I wanted to do that too. So thank you so much, Pearls and Polish, for your wonderful video. I got this great idea from it. She had a lot of other ideas, especially if you're a knitter and you're keeping track. I think she does like knit-a-thons and things like that, where she'll be knitting certain things for certain times, and had to keep track of like timed events and things, where some of the like game stuff is a timed thing. So I would have to keep track of certain things. And I just really loved her video where she really showed how she used it all year, what she liked, what she didn't like. And I just love this idea. Her notebook looked all rainbowy and beautiful. And I'm super excited because I have like a perfect little set of rainbow colors I can use for color coding. And they do seem to fit like perfectly in the squares. If you'll be able to see, like they do fit really well. I thought they were going to be way too fat to fit in the lines, but they seem to fit really nicely. I love that. So there's how that's going to set up. And then I'll write, you know, more information like the day I crochet. I'll have all the crochet information. I can write the patterns here or in the back and keep track of what rows and things I'm on, which I have not been great at doing. I've not thought to put it in a hobby planner until just recently. I talked to you guys about, you know, setting this up as a gaming / hobbies planner. I just have like notes here and there, and I want it in one centralized place when I'm doing crochet projects. So I know to go back and be able to find it here. And then I will probably index my crochet projects. There's this page in the front that you can use as an index, and all these pages in the back here are numbered, so I can refer to that list. I can also like put the page numbers here for crochet projects as well if I need to. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do for my hobby planner. I did pull out this Hello Kitty pencil case for all these little guys so they can stay with my hobby planner. I can just leave this set, you know, where I'm going to be updating my hobby planner. But it does have the strap on it, so I could strap either way. It's kind of bulky to like stick on a notebook though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that I'm gonna strap it on there, but it actually kind of matches because of the gold. I just thought about that. Like Hello Kitty and Godzilla do not really go together, but they do match. I think they're both Japanese, so I guess that part matches, but that's about it. It's just a little bit of gold. So love that. I'm super excited to get really good use out of this hobby planner. And that is it for this portion of the video. We are going to do the dry swatching here after I get back. Let's look at them just real quick. They're not all the way dry, but yeah, definitely a sheening ink there. So I will be back soon. I'll let you guys know how much Cloudlet weighs also. Okay, my samples have dried. I did end up taking Cloudlet to the vet, and he is 88.2 pounds, which is insane. I can't believe he is so big. He's way bigger than we ever expected, but he is so sweet. He was so cute. I wish I had had a clip of us walking into the vet, because as soon as we got out of the car, he's like wagging his whole entire body. He's so excited. And I open the door and he sees people behind the desk, and he just starts like jumping in a circle. But it has been raining, so it's kind of slippery. So he's like flopping all over the place and trying to jump in a circle. It was so funny. He's such a goofball. Everything went smooth. His appointment, everything's good. I got his like yearly preventatives. He should be, hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, he should be good to go for the next year. And hopefully we won't go back for another incident. Earlier this year, he ate a turtle thing. It's basically like a calico critter, but it was the Target brand. So they're a little bigger than calico critters, but you know, that like felted kind of thing. These happen to be turtles, and they were not felted that I remember. But he ate the whole dang thing. He chewed it up. Thankfully he passed everything and he didn't need like surgery or anything, but it was rough there for a few days. Anyway, let's swatchy swatch this. There is definitely a ton of sheening on the ink. I'm not going to touch this right now, but I don't know if that part is dry. I'm going to just leave it for now. I will update tomorrow, and I will wipe it if it's not going to dry. Sometimes those sheening inks that have tons of sheen like that, if they pool up too much, it will get like sticky and gummy and it won't actually completely dry. I'm going to do the dip pen for this. I am a day ahead. I haven't cleaned pens yet, so I'm just going to do these ones. I want to say Killer Nova, but it's not. It's K-I-L-O. right, that will do it for today's video. I hope you guys liked my look at my hobby planner. I was really excited to see her video and get some ideas from it to incorporate a little bit more hobby goodness into my planner. I hope you guys enjoyed the swatchiness for today as well. Both of these colors are nice and deep dark. That totally still looks wet, but sometimes the sheen inks stay looking like that. I think this part is still wet. It's a little too shiny. But yeah, the sheen on there, really cool. I do like the sheening inks. I like all the ink properties. I think all the inks are really neat. I just like playing around with colorful stuff. And there's this one too. Not quite as sheeny on the other paper. So it's interesting to see how different this looks versus this, and how different the sheening looks here versus here. Totally different. Super cool. There you go. I hope you guys are well. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe and follow me along. Give me a thumbs up for the video. Leave me a comment down below if you have questions or want to say anything fun. I always love comments from you guys. And that's it. Have a great day, and I will catch you tomorrow for another Vlogmas. Bye!